Good morning. Now's a great time for families and children to light candles if they'd like. Welcome in. We're going to start with an instrumental piece this morning that features the great Rob Jost on the upright bass.
The resting place of the mind is the heart. The only thing the mind hears all day is clanging bells and noise and arguments, and all it wants is quietude. The only place the mind will ever find peace is inside the silence of the heart. That's where you need to go.
Please rise in body or spirit for hymn number 38, Morning Has Broken.
We welcome each other into this place of love, inclusion, and compassion. We create sacred space together. Whoever you are, whomever you love, wherever you are on your life journey, you are welcome here. Whatever the color of your skin or the country of your origin, whatever your gender or the source of your faith, you are welcome here.
We will now light our chalice, symbol of our Unitarian Universalist faith. You may find the words in your order of service. Blessed is the fire of our faith and the chalice of our community.
Blessed is the living tradition that is carried forward in our work and in our love.
Blessed is the transient flame we kindle here.
Blessed is the illuminating moment of our gathering.
Blessed is the light of the eternal.
Blessed is the sacred call of life to which we give ourselves an answer.
I think that it is fair to, pardon me. My name is Octavia Finley. My pronouns are she, her, and I am your lay worship leader this morning. I think that it is fair to say that I have chosen the world road less traveled by. I should like to say that it was long and winding, but it was not. I chose not to indulge my friend's penchant for wanderlust and excitement, and chose to stay true to my roots. I turned pages and tomes, drawing advice and solace from the strength of powerful women before me. Medea, Circe, Atalanta, Harriet Tubman, Sojourner Truth, and Marie Laveau, Octavia Butler, my namesake. Yes, I have read most of it. Toni Morrison and Zora Neale Hurston. Time and time again, I return to the passage in Their Eyes Are Watching God, one of the most famous books that Hurston wrote, where Janie, the protagonist, begins her odyssey underneath the great pear tree. And there, lying there on that summer afternoon, she sees and experiences the communion of nature, the birds and the bees, speaking with and conversing with the flowers and the buds of the tree. Watching, listening. I, hoping that Janie's dream could be a reality, left behind that which I knew for that which I wanted to know. There are no pear trees in Brooklyn, New York that I know of. If you know one, please find me after service. I'd like to speak to her. But there are many oak trees that are absolutely magnificent, and magnificent in their splendor this time of year. So, like the Lorax, and I went and I spoke to the trees, and they talked to me. And I listened. I can't tell you what the trees say, you have to go ask them yourself. But in asking and watching and listening and learning, I took away things and was taught lessons and heard that which I needed to hear. Your journey might look different. Your journey might not be in the woods. Some of you are sea people, desert people, mountain people, tundra people. Some of you actually need the lessons from the city. I am not one of them. So, in the spirit of listening, learning, watching, and waiting, may we turn to each other in greeting.
Good morning. My name is Dana Moore. I use she, her pronouns. I am wearing dark glasses, a dark robe, and a red, black, and gold graduate school from Star King School for the Ministry, where I graduated this past summer. Thank you. I had the privilege of leading and studying with the wise and fearsome Dr. Yvonne Garrett, your intern minister. So it is extra special to be here with you today. For our wisdom story this morning, if anyone else would like to come up and join us, you will be my background dancers. For our wisdom story this morning, we are doing body percussion, something I hear you're familiar with. I also like to call it body prayer. This style of movement and being together is really powerful for a few reasons. We know that we live in a world where oppression runs rampant. It is rooted in the origins of our country. And there are three main things that oppression seeks to do to gain control of people. One is to separate people from their bodies. Two, to separate the people from their land. And three, separate the people from their communities. When these things happen, we are vulnerable. We are not as strong as we usually feel. It feels like something is missing. And so our jobs, because we know this, and because we are fearsome people of faith, ready to dismantle all systems of oppression, yes? Because this is who we are as Unitarian Universalists, we must be ready and willing to thwart those dangers. And body percussion is a really cool way to do that. Making music together in communities is powerful because something mystical happens when we do and create music together. Oxytocin is released. Those are the happy hormones that make you feel really excited to do all things. Blood pressure is lowered, circulation is improved, and synchronization happens. This mystical quality in the air that we can't define is floating around us, and we feel more connected to each other and ourselves. The great thing is that even if you have no instruments, even if you cannot sing, we each have a magical little metronome beating in our own bodies. What do you think that is? What beats in your body? Did I hear that? I think I heard someone say it. The heart, absolutely. Sometimes we can't hear the heart, but I find that if I press a finger to my ear and listen carefully, I can hear my heart beating. If you press a second finger to your ear, you can hear it even louder. Take a moment and listen to the beat of your heart. And gently begin to tap it on your chest. So that you might hear and feel the blood of life coursing through your body. Now I invite you to follow me with a small beat. If you can't snap, you can clap. You can count it out. And we're going 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's clap it. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's lap it. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's stomp it. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we'll take it back to claps. We'll go down to 2. And then our laps again. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And feet. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 3. Do you feel that rhythm? That rhythm of your community? Moving together, pulsing together. Take in the magic that is happening around you. As mysterious as it is, it may never have a name, but it is yours. I hope you will continue to do this as a call, a siren call to your community when you need strength. And we'll take it down in 4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
We're going to build the rainbow arch for the kids who are going downstairs, or anyone else who wants to go under the rainbow arch.
Let us enter into a space of meditation, a space of calm, peace, and prayer in our bodies. Let us quiet our minds so that we can hear the true message of the heart. Let us enjoy this silence together. Great Spirit of love and life, Be with us in this moment as we relieve our hearts of grief. Be with us as we open our minds to truth. Ever-present Spirit of love, force of life, draw near and closer still, as close as a lover's embrace, as close as long-lost friends united, as close as we have been to justice and then lost sight. Help us to stay on her heels, love. Help us to remember that justice is love in motion, that justice, like our bodies, must keep moving to keep moving. Let justice move through our world like the winds of storms. Let justice billow like clouds of pollution that destroy our earth. Let justice spread like the wildfires that rage across the globe. Let justice rise like the insidious acts of hatred and racism we fight daily. Let justice boom like bombs of liberation for the oppressed. Let justice flow like the tears of our sorrows and regrets. Love, please hear us and heal us. Let justice guide our actions and transform our beliefs. Let justice bring comfort to our hearts and vision to our minds. Let justice inspire and bring into being a more just and loving world. Let justice be a reminder of the work we do together in faith. And let justice be our cry until there is no longer a need for justice to be our prayer. Amen. In this moment, we also pray and keep in our hearts those in our own communities, in this community. This morning, we include in our prayers John Ashone, Eleanor Trabman, David Jones, father of Liz Jones, Ella Grisky, Sarah Faison, who is now in hospice care, and Margaret Lawrence, who passed away this week at the age of 92. And in this sacred space we've created together, I invite you to bring in the names, speak out loud and into the chat, loved ones that you are praying for. Loved ones that could use some strength and love. And now, beloveds, if you are at home and have a candle, I invite you to light it. And here in this sacred sanctuary, we light candles of joy and sorrow. May the yearnings of your heart be held in love. And if you would like or need to be heard, there is something on your mind that you'd like to share, we have a space for you. After the service, Michelle Kuchuk of the Caring Committee will be in the Chapel of All Faiths to my left, and you are welcome to engage. Our reading today is an excerpt entitled Mysteries of Union in the Language of Love by Farrukan Iraqi. Iraqi became a work of art before producing works of art. If he sang of the love of God in verses of great beauty, it is because his soul had itself become a song of God, a melody in harmony with and a strain of the music issuing from the abode of the beloved. Iraqi was a Gnostic who spoke in the language of love. For him, as for Sufism in general, love is not juxtaposed to knowledge. It is realized knowledge. The truth, which is like a crystal or a shining star in the mind, the whole of man's being, plucking the roots of his profane consciousness from this world of impermanence and bringing about an inebriation that must, of necessity, result from the contact between the soul and the infinite world of the spirit. But Iraqi was a Sufi, gifted particularly in expressing the mysteries of union in the language of love.
I like the sunrise, 'cause it brings a new day. I like a new day. It brings new hope, they say. Sunrise, blazing in the new sky. Nighttime is weary. Oh, and so am I. Upon a star that my brand new bright tomorrow isn't very far, when that heavy blue curtain of night is raised up high, way clear out of sight. Sunrise, so heavenly to see. I like the sunrise. I hope it likes poor me. sunrise, so heavenly to see. I like a sunrise. I hope it likes poor me.
Boy, I like the sunrise. Do you? I like the sunrise, and I have a feeling it really likes me too. You see, when I was a little girl, I discovered that the moon adores me. It was practically obsessed with me, and here we are 40 plus years later, and the moon's love for me has never waned. In fact, I'm convinced that the whole of the natural world looks upon me with the kind of divine love that could only be moved, could only be inspired by the goodness of God herself. For ever since I could remember, every time we took a trip to the grocery store, to the doctor, to pick up my dad from work, the moon has followed me. Back and forth and forth and back. No matter which direction we were going, she'd always find me. Even on those sad and lonely nights, she'd peek out from a cloud or a tree just to shine on me. Because I am living and breathing too, sparkling with stardust, we speak the same light language. For when I gaze upon a young flower bud, she blooms. When my feet touch the cold, dry earth, moistened blades of grass, ladybugs, and trees soon grow. And the rivers and waters, wherever spirit flows, is the source of blessings that amplify our glow. An illuminated force, a constant light, all of blessed creation tucks me in at night. I also like the sunrise. I have a feeling it likes bright, shiny, sparkling me, too. Hi, my name is Dana, and I became a Theo poet at the age of 6. I prefer the term theopoeticist, but Google tells me that no such word exists. Which is fine, because most theopoets make up words to relay a story, and I am of the belief that most people of faith are theopoets in some way. Your ministers are certainly theopoets, and you may be yourself. Much like the poems, lyrics, and jazz that we've heard today, theopoets, both writers and thinkers, analyze, use analogy and imagination to explore religious beliefs and ideas related to the nature of God or a source, and their connection to our everyday lives and human being. In my musing about the moon, being followed by the moon, in that musing lives a child's understanding of the natural world and the influence of religious perspectives on blessing and nature. So we have a poem, which would then make me a poet, and God, Theo, as one of the themes here, hence Theo, poet. On any given Sunday, we have ministers all over the nation, you or otherwise, eloquently interpreting sacred text, story, and song to illustrate the holy and divine in our modern lives. Have you ever combined an element of the creative, maybe art, story, or song, with your thoughts on spirituality, wisdom, or the mysteries of the world? Have you? Maybe. Some creatives out there? Welcome. You too are a Theo poet and are now ready for the upper echelons of spiritual thought. You always were, by the way, because that is what theopoetics represents. It represents your personal and unique connection to the divine, an aspect of the holiness, the sacred that you do know within. Of course, there's a bit more to it. It is defined as an interdisciplinary field that combines elements of poetic analysis, process theology, narrative theology, and postmodern philosophy. In less academic terms, theopoetics combines theology, the study of God, with poetry and philosophy to explore spirituality and the divine through imagination, aesthetics, and embodied experiences. Michelle Winter, a scholar of theological study at the Pacific School of Religion, says, "Theopoetics is the study, use, and respect for metaphors we use to understand and describe the holy. Theopoetics is a non-creedal knowing." Sound familiar? The spiritual impulse to reach for God, wonder at the vastness and minute details of life, and make meaning beyond ourselves. These are the stories we tell, the songs we sing, and the art we make. Duke Ellington's first movement of the Liberian Suite is a perfect example of a material to explore and apply theopoetics in ways that speak to the tradition of the field and also to our postmodern intersections. It begs to be analyzed through multiple lenses, with themes of nature, God, the human condition and experience. I like the sunrise in nature. It brings a new hope, a new day. These mysterious qualities that we have no contestable knowing of, but feel deep within us. In all things, we can recognize without knowing the history. We can identify these themes of connection that are pretty universal, yes? But the themes of identity, justice, and interdependence, as well as transformation, are also present and shared with a mystical quality about them within this song. This song was written to celebrate the 100th anniversary, the centennial of the nation of Liberia in Africa. They were celebrating being self-governed for 100 years. They wanted to position themselves as a country to be a welcoming place for Afro-Americans and Black Americans here in the United States, for marginalized people to vision a new day, a new hope by returning home. And they sought out the talents of Duke Ellington, who is himself a Theo poet, yes? Duke grew up in the Deep South with a Southern Christian background, Baptist and AME, And he would often incorporate these ideas and spiritual perspectives into his music, as well as the struggle of Black people of the time. He included the resilience that comes with having a faith to lean into, to bring us back. These songs, these lyrics and words call us to something deeper as well. When we, as people of faith in this Unitarian Universalist denomination, think of our values and our calls to care in the world, we can glean some inspiration from these styles. The process of theopoetics is not unlike mystical qualities that we spoke of earlier. In Ellington's song, he speaks of a curtain, unveiling the morning, pulling back a curtain and uncovering, unveiling, and revealing the hidden, the mysterious. Mysticism is a branch of theology that focuses on direct experience. You may find that many who do not claim a religion really enjoy leaning into this style of spirituality, because you cannot tell me what I feel or have experienced, right? Just as I am not going to try to dictate your experience to you. In our practices of pluralism, this is important to understand, because when we seek to be a radically inclusive and welcoming people, we must also be willing to receive people and their stories, no matter how different they are to ours. We must be willing to journey together, to hear and learn through each other's experiences. Mysticism is closely linked to the spiritual practices of our transcendentalist ancestors, because it asks that we connect deep within to our own inner knowing, to a union of self and the universe, self and the divine, to become whole, to transform, and to continue to move through the world. I'm going to share a reading by Andrew Harvey, a gay mysticist who is deeply rooted within the Christian tradition. And his words become extremely important here because he represents a people who are often navigating the world a little differently. A people who are told to be quiet, to be silent, to be humble, to not be too flashy. A people who are denied their own sense of spirituality and connection with the divine. Harvey says, I think that the deepest reason why this split, this disconnection from the divine is kept going is because if people were once to live fully conscious of the divinity of relationships, fully conscious of the divinity of their sexuality, of everything that they do and are, when consecrated and when lived in spiritual wisdom, then they would free themselves from all systems that tried to dominate their lives and control them. And a wholly new kind of being would be born. This wholly new kind of being, he goes on to say, has never been better described than by Christ in Theologian 22 of the Gospel of Thomas. Now, this is not a book in the traditional Christian Bible. This comes from the Apocrypha, books of the Bible that were removed and hidden away. Listen to this and then riddle me, why do you think something like this passage would be hidden from the people? He says, and it's this knowledge of total freedom that comes from total unity of a body and spirit, heaven and earth, that is the source of a radical love energy that must enter human life if we're going to transform the planet. And Christ describes the process to attain this new freedom in the following way. He says, when you make the two one, and when you make the inner as the outer, and the above as the below, and when you make the male and female into a single one, so that the male will not be male and the female will not be female, then you shall enter the kingdom. These are words of that prophet known as Jesus Christ. Words that were included in the Bible. Why? Why would we not be shouting these from the belltops of every church to say, dear friends, you are divine and holy? Queer friends, your transformations are sacred. What Christ is describing is a shattering of all separations that patriarchal religion keeps alive. He's saying that when you make the two one, when you make heaven and earth one, when you make the transcendent and the immanent one extreme experience of unity, when you see that your own emotions, thoughts, and consciousness dictate in secret ways the world outside of you, when you see that all that is supposedly outside is actually blazing inside your own inmost consciousness, then you end the separation between interior and exterior, internal and external. You scrap all the patriarchal distinctions between what is sacred and what is profane, what is holy and unholy, and really realize that making a meal for a friend, that gardening, that listening with total attention to a beautiful form of music, all of those things are forms of worship and a prayer. That all activities can be transformed into prayer, and that everything, if you live it seriously and with spiritual concentration, can be transformed into spiritual worship. Then what you do is liberate yourselves from all of the dogmas, all of the rules, all of the systems that keep separation alive, and begin to enter into the fullness of your divine human identity. Friends, if I have not made it clear, the whole of queerdom is sacred and holy, represents yet another path to the divine and the transformation that we seek as a people of faith. Everyone's transformation will be and will look different, but we do have clear reference to understand what is possible, what could be. At the time that Harvey wrote these words, gender-affirming care was not present or thought of. But we know that intersex people are lesbian, gay, bisexual. All of our people have existed for all time. And it is important that we raise these texts, that we raise and highlight these voices. Harvey says that if we were to have access to our own power and divinity, our own connection with the divine, that we could experience full union, enlightenment, and transcendence. And that, my friends, is where so many of life's pleasures, mysterious and sweet, forgotten behind aging fabrics and cloth. That is where they are languishing. But where theopoetics and mysticism seek to learn and understand each other, to tease out the intersections of religious thought, the spaces and places where shared religious thought converge, this is where the mystery is not put on a shelf or waiting for way to make a path. It is loudly, unabashedly screaming from the bell towers that queerdom is divine, that the path toward that embrace is where sweet pleasures are found, where transformation takes place. In our spiritual, religious, and values-based practices of pluralism, again, that core belief that all people are sacred and have diverse cultures and experiences and theologies, it means that different paths to truth and meaning are equally valid. And the community thrives by embracing and learning from its differences rather than seeking a uniformity. When we are in this practice of our values, we are indeed journeying towards spiritual wholeness, where we have myriad opportunities to dismantle oppressions of all kinds, to honor and lift each other's stories, and to know from within, beyond intellect, that we are all sacred and holy and welcome right here. If service is our prayer, may this embrace of poem, music, pleasure, and pluralism be the work we do when Spirit says do. Amen.
Please join us in singing together hymn number 396, I Know This Rose Will Open. Welcome you to rise and body your spirit as we sing together. I know this rose will open. I know this rose. I know this rose.
This month's offering will be shared with the Envision Freedom Fund. You may find more information in your order of service. We receive this offering in gratitude.
Up above my head, I hear music in the air. Up above my head, I hear music in the air. Up above my head, I hear music in the air. There must be a joy somewhere.
A 1, 2, 3, 4.
Up above my head, I hear music in the air. Up above my head, I hear music in the air. Up above my head, I hear music in the air. I really do believe there's a joy somewhere. All in this room, I hear singing everywhere. All in this room, I hear singing everywhere. In this room, I really do believe there's a joy somewhere. Oh yeah, I really do believe there's a joy somewhere. Colors of the rainbow, so pretty in the sky, are also on the faces of people passing by. I see friends shaking hands, saying, how do you do? I love you. All over the world, I hear music in the air. All over the world, all over the world, all over the world. I really do believe there's a joy somewhere. I really do believe. I really do believe there's a joy somewhere. Oh yeah, I really do believe. There's a joy.
Thank you so much, Dana. Usually you're down there, so it's all right. I was thinking, especially during the first part of your sermon, about that great Theo poet, Eric Carle, who wrote my daughter's favorite book when she was a little girl, Papa, Please Get the Moon for Me. I don't know if anybody remembers that book, but thank you, Dana, for bringing that memory back to me, because it is a joyous one. My name is Garnet Losack. I'm the Director of Congregational Life here at First Unitarian. Welcome. You picked a good day to join us if this is your first time here. If you would like to stand up and introduce yourself and tell us where you live, or love, that's okay. Love is in my head today. We would love to say good morning to you individually. Is there anyone here for the first time who would like to introduce themselves? Yeah?
My name is Ryan. I live about 15 minutes, 20 minutes away from here. I just moved here August 1st from Waco, Texas. Really happy to be here and see everybody.
Welcome. 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 I'm from Bay Ridge, too. Yay, Bay Ridge in the house. Yeah. Welcome. Welcome. Okay, great. Thank you. Did I miss somebody? Who, where? Oh, there you are, okay. Welcome. All right. There are welcome cards in your pews. They're in those white baskets. If you would like to fill one out, I would love to receive it. I will make sure you have a name tag when you come back next week or when you come back. And I will make sure that you have a subscription to our weekly e-news so you know what's happening here at First Unitarian. Even better if you come downstairs and grab some coffee with us or tea. There is a connections table downstairs. There are plenty of welcome cards there and plenty of writing implements. You can leave the welcome card on the table there, and I will make sure to pick it up. So today, there are a couple of things happening. Our men's group is meeting at 12:45 in the Francis White Room, and a brand new group on religious naturalism will be meeting in the library. That's behind this little door. If you don't know where these rooms are, don't worry about it. We will make sure to get you there, and they will be meeting at 1:00 p.m. There's more information on both of those events in your order of service. This coming Saturday is the next No Kings March. We will be participating. If you would like to participate with us, we'll be meeting here at 9:30 in the morning in the chapel right next door for some prayer, for some singing, for some food, and then we will go together to Manhattan to Father Duffy Square to join the march. There is also another protest at Grand Army Plaza here in Brooklyn, so if you feel that the Manhattan March is too much for you or you can't make it to Manhattan, please try to join others at Grand Army Plaza. Two other quick announcements. Congregational meeting on October 26th right here in the sanctuary and on Zoom for those who can't be here in person. And if you feel you have found a spiritual home for you here at First Unitarian, our next new member Sunday is November the 16th, and that will be my last new member Sunday. So if you have been thinking about it, and you haven't quite made the decision to sign the membership book, and you might get pushed over the edge by joining me on 11/16, I would love it if you would do that. And now, let's all sing together our final hymn, When the Spirit Says Do. The words and the music are in your order of service.
You gotta do.
You gotta do when the Spirit says do. You gotta do when the Spirit says do. When the Spirit says do, you gotta do. Oh Lord, you gotta do when the Spirit says do.
You gotta sing.
You gotta sing when the Spirit says sing. You gotta sing when the Spirit says sing. When the Spirit says sing, you gotta sing. Oh Lord, you gotta sing when the Spirit.
You gotta move. You gotta dance.
You gotta dance when the Spirit says dance. You gotta dance when the Spirit says dance. When the Spirit says dance, you gotta dance, oh Lord. You gotta dance when the Spirit says
Trumpet. That's Jason Drover on the trumpet. You gotta do.
when the Spirit says do. You gotta do when the Spirit says do. When the Spirit says do, you gotta do. Oh, you gotta do when the Spirit says.
Jeez.
Beloveds, there's a mystical quality in the air. Some call it love, up above my head and all around. May it be love that we center. May it be love that is the service we do.